What's up? What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's going on, Brian?
What's up? What's up,
Hey, if anybody feels free to ask some questions, go ahead and ask some questions. I'm gonna feed those questions to you. Go ahead, and everybody else. Right now, man, you got a big fight coming up.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. First of all, let me give my shout outs real quick. Let me give a thanks to Heyman for giving me the opportunity. I want to thank Barry for making making all this happen. I want to thank my employee for being a part of this, my coach for the training. I want to shout out the people from DMG. I want to shout out my Barbados people. I want to shout out the people in the BDF. I also want to shout out to also the Caribbean people as well, and the people in the U.S.
Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys for taking the time out. I know it's a busy schedule, a very big change with the COVID-19 situation going on. And Barry, I know you've been through a lot of changes in your careers. You know all the ups and downs. What is it that you can add to Kobe going through this whole situation as far as being a local fighter, you know, taking the steps to fighting on television, and now one of the biggest fights of his career, basically, that you can change his whole life?
Well, the good thing is, you know, in Kobe's case, you know, number one, outside of the boxing and the rest of the stuff that goes on with what it is we do, man, he's just a good dude. You feel me? Good energy, good spirit, and that make the whole process easier. When you have somebody that's willing to put the work in, and they just all around good people, it make it a whole lot easier than, you know, dealing with people with big egos and some that think they're better than what they are. That's not the case here. You know what I mean? It's a dude that, you know, that soldier breedy thing, you know, he lived by that creed, and that's the way he carried himself. When Floyd, it was really Floyd's vision, to be honest with you. Floyd was the one who came to see me during one of our training camps when we had Rashid Moore, was getting ready to fight for a fight, and Kobe, I brought Kobe in to help Rashid get ready for the fight. But he hard. You know, he didn't have a fight at that time, but he was working as if he had a fight. And it was impressive. You know what I mean? And then Floyd came to see me one day. And, you know, of course, you know, I know how it is when you grinding and you hit a certain plateau and you just can't move no more. You know what I mean? And so he asked for help. I told him to discuss it with Cobia. And if he was on board, then yes, I will make the phone call for him. He did, and I did. And of course, Al looked out for him, and the rest is history.
And you know, with a fight like this, Kobe, you know, when you started your career, man, you started at 126 pounds. That was your thought process going in. You and Floyd, you know, at 126. But they couldn't get any fights for you guys at 126. So you guys had to fight at 130, 135 pounds. You know, and you were very successful doing that. So with that being said, you know, that was my intro coming in. With that being said, fighting at 130, 135 pounds and winning those fights, fighting bigger guys, stronger guys, and now you're dropping down to your dominant weight, which is 126. How do you feel, you know, doing that, going into this fight right here?
I feel good, man. I feel great. You know, I had a lot of good sparring there. I want to give a shout out to Isaac Dogway, Max, even Scooter, and everybody from Headbangers for giving me the good work. Like fights and stuff. You know, we had a lot of fights to be at 126, and then the last minute pull out. Then we had to get up. I had to move up in weight and stuff. So it is what it was. But we just had to go in there and deal with the situation and get the W and keep it moving. And that's where we are today.
Juan, let me add this too. Let me add this too while you know, I'm listening to you guys. Kobe don't really know too much about it, but early on, I think we gave him a little bit after the fact. But one of the things that I did want to change, you know, about Kobe was I didn't want him to have that sparring partners mentality.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that he worked with, that he sparred, from Sean Porter on down, you know what I mean? You could get to the place where you're doing all of this, and it's not for you, it's for everybody else except for you. So I wanted to erase that because, you know, with this, you know, based on what I've seen from him, you know, in the ring, but I mean, I watched this man spot people almost, 165, a light heavyweight, and hold his own, you know. So I told Floyd, let's change that. You know, let this, instead of, you know, it being about everybody else, let some of this be about him. We don't want him to have that sparring partners mentality. You know what I mean? And if you think that, you know, in other words, it's a whole thought process. You just can't be a world champ based on skill and, you know, things of this nature. You got to believe you can do it. You know what I mean? And that's what we wanted to really put into him.
Yeah, and I think it's there. I think it's there right now. You know what I mean? Through the people we worked with, through the people that's called. I mean, we have people from Gamboa on the phone calling. I mean, we had Gamboa and Tank calling at the same time for Kobe to come to this training camp.
Sean Porter, he spot, got Sean, helped Sean get ready for fight when he fought, who was it? Spence or Ugas, one of them.
Ugas. So Kobe with him. I mean, so, you know, for people that really don't know the Soldier Breedy, they will know him and they will find out who he is. You know, and September 19th is around the corner, man. And yo, we're ready. Ready.
And it helped when you got a friend like Al Heyman in your corner too. Big time.
Definitely.
And even going into this fight, you know, with Tug fighting against Gary Russell his last fight. Now that should have been a tape that I think you guys would watch because he's fought against a champion. And to fight against a champion, I guess you had to watch his tape because he basically had to fight his best to win a title fight. So did you guys look at tape to watch how he fought that fight with Gary Russell?
I mean, I saw the fight way before me even thinking about me even getting in the ring. I saw the fight live that night.
Exactly.
So I already know how he fight and which way he's gonna come and all that stuff. So I've been in the gym. I'm always in the gym. I'm living in the gym. So when the phone rang, I was ready. So I had to get ready. So September 19th, the world will see who Sawyer is.
And you spar, he spars against, you know, that's what I like about him. To me, I compare Cobia with, like he's a modern day Aaron Pryor.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to defend against and you're ready for because he fights so many different ways. And a miniature version of Sean Porter. Sean is the same way. Sean can box, he can bang. You don't know what you're going to get with him.
Yeah.
And when you look at, again, the people that he spars and the different styles, and the man sparred with Mikey Fox.
Yeah, Mike Fox, man. And you know how tall Mike Fox is, man. It's
exactly.
Shout out Mike Fox, too, and the Fox family. You know, when we get over there, we go to work, man. We go to work. And, you know, I mean, vouch. But, you know, getting in the ring is another thing. And once you get in the ring, you know, we have to show totally different as far as, you know, the Gary Russell and watching the fights with him and, you know, with Tug. I mean, it's almost the same way. We've been in camp. We've been training with the Russells 4 years. We know how they fight. We know how Tug fights, you know. So, you know, as far as getting, you know, the Soldier ready for this fight right now, it's like we already knew what's coming because he's going to come 2 ways. He's going to move around or he's going to come straight at Cobia. 2 ways he's got to do it. That's it.
Exactly.
But Cobia, 7 ways. We got 7 ways to beat this guy.
I got 7 ways to beat this guy. So, when I get in the ring, it all depends on whatever he do. I just have to make the adjustment with my 7 styles. Like how you say, if I come different ways, so whatever way was working for me, that's the way we're going to go for 12 rounds.
And Juan, at the end of the bottom line, at the end of the day, he asked for it. We delivered. Now the rest up to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Losing is not an option. So, you know, this is things, I mean, how many people you know, especially during the time of COVID, get this opportunity to change their life?
Yeah. Because I look at this COVID situation is right now, if you're not one of those fighters worthy of being given an opportunity, you're not really in the mix because right now it's only limited is only limited to the fighters that really able to bring ratings to the television set. You know what I mean? You know, and
so I agree. So if you are a C class fighter, C plus is your chance to become an A fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just gotta seize the moment. You have to take. There's no excuses. We watched the game last night, and you know, like LA Clippers. And everybody thought they'd be the one to challenge the Lakers for the Western Division. You know what I mean? And, you know, and it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so when you lose, I don't want to hear a ton of excuses. Well, we didn't have enough time to jail. We didn't have this, that, and other. These people paid you over $100 million, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't pay you for excuses. And, you know, and I kept it real with Cobia. Out of all the fighters that's around the world in both amateur and professional, both male and female, there are only a limited amount of belts to go around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so when you get that opportunity, nobody wants to hear excuses. Exactly. You got to put the work in. Al could have gave Al could have gave that opportunity to anybody. But because of the way Cobia been doing his thing on these shows, and keep in mind, he's fought several times on PBC undercards.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And he impressed the man enough, whereas though the man, you know, say, okay, I like this kid, let's give him a shot. You got your chance now.
Yeah. You know, we got one question in here. It's from Steve Wilson. He says, Coach, he said, hey guys, Coach Jackson from Charlotte. If or when Cobia wins the fight, will there be a title shot next? And that's what this is. This is an eliminator fight for WBC, right? To fight Gary Russell, right?
Yes, that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
So, Steven, that was your answer. Yes, this is an eliminator fight, WBC Featherweight eliminator fight. So, this is his first step into getting to a championship. This is his next step to getting to a championship. So, this fight right here is a big fight for him. And these are some of the questions I have for you now, and these are some of the questions that I think fans would want to know. So the Cobia Breedy that's going to fight Saturday night, is it going to be a different Cobia Breedy than the ones they saw in previous fights, where sometimes you started off fast and then you slowed up a little bit, and then you had to fight your way to actually get the win, or is it going to be a Cobia Breedy that's going to start? Actually, this is your first 12-round fight coming up. So is this going to be a Cobia Breedy that's going to press on it, that's going to start first gear and work his way through each and every gear to win the fight?
Yeah.
Without having to slack off or dropping off.
Before you answer that, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Every fight that Cobia Breedy had, every single fight, either he won unanimous decision, or he won almost every round, or he stopped guys.
Yep.
Very few fights when we first started, when we was fighting guys out our weight division, 35, 30, 35, 38.
Yeah.
Were the bigger guys who was kind of hard to stop because they're bigger guys. And they came in at the last moment. So one more time, every person we fought was unanimous. Even the guy that Gary Russell fought, I forgot the guy's name, a couple fights ago at the MGM, we beat him unanimous. So I'll let you take this over and finish as far as, you know, what kind of soldier Breedy can come out for this fight that you finish that.
Without giving away your game, we don't want you to give away your game plan now.
No, it's not giving no game plan. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be me always. Same way I spar, the same way I fight. It's gonna be a 12-round brutal battle. We going to war. Basically, I'm not taking nothing lightly. This is one in a lifetime. I'm not going in relaxing. I'm going in there for 12 rounds. I'm going to war for 12 rounds.
Hey, let's give some of these folks some history between you and I, as far as, you know, a lot of the young fighters now that, you know, I had the opportunity to see as amateurs. I had, especially with you, Kobe. Let's talk about you. I had the opportunity to see when Floyd introduced you to me. You coming straight from Barbados, being on the Barbados team and things like that. Did you ever imagine that within I want to say, let me see, within how we get part of your career, you know, 15 fights in, now you're fighting for a title eliminator. Back when we first started, I know every fighter wants to have that championship mentality, but did you ever happen to see it happen in this fast?
Yes and no. Cause yes and no, cause when me and Floyd was going on the journey, whilst we was going on the journey, at the time I had to go back home too. But when I settled myself in the U.S., you know, we faced some stuff we had to go through. So we hit some bumps going down the road and stuff. Like we was over there with Gary Russell and that situation. Then left over there, and then we came over to Barry. So when we left over there, we came over to Barry. Everything was different. So he said. So when him and Floyd had to talk, and we said we gonna be on board, everything he said he was going to do, he did. And now I'm seeing everything. When I got here and I started sparring all these great champions, Sean Porter, Rashid, and you hearing it from them, it's like, man, you who is this guy? Right? So when you hear that, and you hear great people that been there, done it, telling you that how it makes you feel. It makes you feel, I got this, and it boosts your confidence.
Exactly.
And then when I start fighting on these undercards and I start doing my thing, and I start getting these phone calls like they want to put me back on. That makes me feel good, feel confident, believe in my team, believe in what we doing. And then I was like, even when the COVID stuff happened, I was originally supposed to fight March 14th. That fell through. You know what I'm saying? I sat back and I said, man, I talked to everybody. I was like, man, I'm gonna just wait till Heyman called and give me the opportunity. I'm gonna just suck it up and just grind until it happen. Then look, God bless me. We got a phone call for this Eliminator, and what I say that the COVID could be bad for a lot of people, but for me it was a blessing, and it was an opportunity, once in a life opportunity that came through. And September 19th, I'm gonna do what I have to do in the ring to get the W.
Let's get a fans some of the history as far as back what you were saying, Floyd, about your wins. Okay, your first fight, unanimous decision. Second fight, TKO. Third fight, TKO. Fourth fight, KO. Second fight, TKO. Next fight, unanimous decision, unanimous decision, unanimous decision, unanimous decision, unanimous decision, unanimous decision, unanimous decision.
Everyone.
And then, unanimous. And then you got a TKO. So right now, it's a fight where the cards were never against you. You know, and I think that's what you bring to the table in this fight. And Coach Barry, what brings you to what do you see in Cobia that says, yes, I want to work with this guy and I have something to add to what they have going on? And did you have to make anything change mentally or physically to his game?
Well, what we had to do, of course, thank God, I have been on so many levels and so many stages from the amateurs to the pros. So, when I came in, we got to that stage. One of the biggest fights, I'll never forget this fight, was Buddy McGirt and myself. And we were in the corner with Sean Bay versus Floyd Mayweather. And, we had been in all kinds of fights before, undercards of, legendary fights. But this was one of the ones that stuck out in my mind because, now in this particular card, I'm one of the lead guys in the corner. And when you hear Michael Buffer, you see him years and years on TV, you say his little slogan or what have you. And then when you're going up against people like Floyd Mayweather and Roger Mayweather and, all these names, and it's an awakening, bro. You feel me? Yeah. And that was my introduction. So as far as Cobia and Floyd were concerned, the thing that we had to get out of the way, at first, it's different when you're fighting on local cards or regional cards. When you start fighting on worldwide to Jimmy Lennon Jr. or Michael Buffer or, Manuel on the side commentating or you hear him talking, it's a big ass difference. And so that's what they had to learn and prepare themselves.